welcome to my channel. Today I have a theatre vlog for you. So this morning we are heading off to the Lowry, to the Quays Theatre to see Room on the Broom. Right here, the kids in the background, they're very excited. Alice has been waiting to see Room on the Broom for months now, since she saw the poster for it in the summer. So she's super excited. If you don't know, I have a little girl who's just turned 5 and a little boy who's 3, so they're both very excited to see it. The show starts at 10:30. It's 9 now. It'll probably take us about an hour to get there on the tram. I will obviously show you around the theatre, show you our seat. We're actually sat in tier 2, which is the top tier. We've never sat that high up in the Quays Theatre. Hopefully we can still get a good view. The tickets for this were all £21. We couldn't get the tickets till last minute because we had to know when my husband was off work. He works like different days, he never has set days, so we never know what days he's working. So that's why we have to get tickets last minute. So we're right at the back. These were the last day that I could find that had 4 tickets together. So we're really excited, and we're all going to get ready and we're going to leave. We're going to get the tram there. We have to get 2 trams, and yeah, I'll get back to you once we're there. So we're just at Cornbrook station now. We're just waiting for our next tram, which is in 8 minutes.
Where's it going?
It's going to the airport. To airplanes.
Why going to an airport?
So we've just arrived at the Lowry now. We've got about half an hour till the show starts, so I'm just going to have a look around. They've got lots of nice Christmas trees. I'm going to go and look at Christmas trees and maybe look at the little shop before the show starts. So, are you very excited for the show, Alice?
I like high.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for the auditorium to open. Yeah, so they're just looking at these little programs that they get. So they get these little souvenir programs included. So it just has some information in it. So got the cast in it, and it tells you about some of the other shows. Oh, so that's going on a UK tour, April to July 23.
Right, I'm going to go retire the washing hands.
And that's on a UK tour as well. May to September.
Right. Toilets. I'm going to go upstairs.
Oh. Well, Leo would love to probably see that one.
Can't we?
No. So yeah, the Smeds and the Smew are on a UK tour, and so is the Snail and the Whale. So I'm going to have to look that up and see where they're coming to, because Leo really likes the Smith and the Smew. got like a little thing on the back for them to do, so they're happily looking at that while we wait for it to open, aren't you? Yeah. Then we can look at the nice view out the window of Media City. There we go. So the cloakroom where we usually use the pram isn't open. I think because it's on in a small theatre, so we're just going to leave it here. I think they said that's fine. Yeah. Just waiting for it to open now. So we're in our seats now, we're on the second tier, seats 55, 55, 57, 58. The view's not great from these seats, and me and Lawrence can see, I don't think the kids can see anything. We might have to sit them on our knees so they can see. But for me it's an alright view, I think for Lawrence it's alright, just not for the children. So like this is my view. Obviously I'm much taller. If you go down to where Alice is and sit back, this is her view. She can't see. And Leo definitely can't see. So I think I'm going to have to sit her on my knee so that she can see. Hi, so we're now back from the theatre. Well, we've actually been back for many hours. The kids are actually in bed, but I thought I'd give you a little review of the show. So we went to see Room on the Broom at the Lowry. It was on in the Quays Theatre, which is their smaller theatre. It is running at the Lowry from the 7th of December to the 8th of January, and the tickets are £21 each. There doesn't seem to be any concessions or anything, just all the tickets seem to be £21 each when I was looking for tickets. So we were sat in the very top tier. So in the Quays Theatre there's a stalls tier, there's tier 1 and there's tier 2. So we were in the tier 2 at the very top. And we were sat in seats 55, 56, 57 and 58. And yeah, I wouldn't sit in those seats again with children. Especially when all the seats are the same price. Alice and Leo couldn't see at all if they sat in their seats, and you had to really lean forward to see, and obviously being little they couldn't do that, so they had to sit on our knees, and we had to hold them so they couldn't lean forward to see. You're not allowed booster seats up there, obviously, because children might throw them off the balcony and harbour the children. So booster seats aren't allowed up there either, so the only option is to sit them on your knee. And I was looking, and literally everyone that was in the top tier and I think tier 1 everyone had the children on their knees because they just couldn't see. So I would say if you're going to a children's show, try and sit in the stalls or the stalls tier because they're going to struggle to see. The view was alright for me and Lawrence. You did have the bars in the way which did obstruct your view a little bit. So I wouldn't particularly choose to sit there myself for a show unless the seats were a lot cheaper. But yeah, not a seat I would choose to sit in again, especially with children. Saying that, the children really enjoyed the show. Once they sat on our knees and they could lean forward, they could see most things. Like there was a bit of an obstruction with the bars, but didn't seem to bother them. They really enjoyed the show, both of them. So they did have some merch at the show. I think I did film it. They had a t-shirt which was £14. They only had 2 sizes available. I think it's 3 to 4 and 5 to 6 because that is the age range for the show. They had little toys of the witch, the dragon and the cat. The cat for some reason was more expensive than the other two. The cat was $11.99 and I think the witch and the dragon were $8.99. And Alice wanted the cat, which was the most expensive one. We didn't end up buying one. It's because then we'd have to buy Leo one. Alice had birthday money but Leo didn't. And yeah, we just decided not to because I thought it was quite expensive. And they're only small, they weren't big. So we didn't get any merch. They were also actually selling the soundtrack for the show as well. And I think there might have been some other things, but I did, some of the books as well, but I did film it and I filmed the price list, so you should have seen that in the video. So if you don't actually know anything about Room on the Broom, it is based on the book by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. They do lots of children's books. The most popular one is probably The Gruffalo, which we actually have seen The Gruffalo, and the children really enjoyed that as well. So the stage show for Room on the Broom has been done by Tall Stories, who also did The Gruffalo. I think they first produced it for the stage in 2008, and then since then it's been touring the UK. I think it's done a few other countries. I think it's like France and Germany and places like that, so it has been around the world as well. I think it's supposed to be really popular, but Room on the Broom book is really popular, so obviously the stage show is going to be popular. If you don't know anything about the story for Room on the Broom, it's basically about a witch and her cat who fly around on the broomstick. They pick up some hitchhikers along the way. They pick up a dog, a bird and a frog, and then all those on the broomstick, all the extra animals on the broomstick make the broomstick too heavy and it eventually snaps in two, and then the witch gets chased by a dragon that wants to eat her, and then the animals end up saving her from the dragon, and then they need a new broomstick that all of them can ride on, and the witch does a spell and they get a new broomstick. So it's a basic story, but children absolutely love it. We've got the book at home and literally we read it literally every night. The children are obsessed with it. They know all the words to it. It's a really good story, and the stage show was excellent. They've added songs to it. The songs were really good, really catchy. My children absolutely loved the songs. I loved the songs. I thought they were really good. I thought all the actors in the show were excellent. It's just a really good family show, perfect for young children. Like I said, they said the age range is probably 3 to 6, and I think that's probably about right. However, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so good. I just loved all the songs. My favourite song is probably Dog Song, Howling at the Moon. I really like that one. That is probably favourite. I think that's Alice's, my daughter's favourite as well. I don't know if I said I have 2 children. I have Alice who's 5 and Leo who's 3.5. Alice has literally just turned 5. She only turned 5 a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, they absolutely loved it. I actually think they enjoyed this show more than the Gruffalo. They enjoyed the Gruffalo, but this one has more catchy songs in it. It's also got a lot of puppets in it, and they love the puppetry. They have a dog puppet, frog puppet and a bird puppet. And yeah, the puppetry is really good in it. So you did actually get a little program. These were free that they give out when you get there. It tells you the cast in here, has a few little activities for the kids, so I'll just quickly show you this. Okay, so this is a little paper program. So inside it tells you a little bit about the show. And then you have your cast. So playing the witch was Jessica Manu, who was great as a witch, thought she was really good. Playing Cat was Hannah Miller. Again, she was excellent as Cat, thought she was really funny. Jake Waring played the bird and the dragon. Pete Steely played the dog and the frog. Jane Sy was the understudy bird and dragon. And then you've got your director, Oliver Jacobs. Here it tells you about the creative team. Here's a little thing for the kids to do. It says, can you find 10 wands hidden on this page? So you have to look for the wands. There's one, there's two. Then it tells you a bit more about Tall Stories here. And it says the current projects that they have. So one of the current projects is the Smed and the Smoo. So that is on in London over Christmas. And then it's going to tour the UK in 2023. I've just looked and it is going to be at the Zed Arts Theatre in Manchester, which is in Hume. So I might look at taking the kids to that because Leo really loves the Smed and the Smoo, so he'd really enjoy that. The Gruffalo is currently on Banbury and Birmingham over Christmas. And then the Snail and the Whale is on a UK tour in spring and summer. I've looked and so far they haven't got any dates for Manchester for that. There you got a bit about Julie Donaldson, a bit about Axel Scheffler, and you have the production team. And it's got some things here. It says, let us know your thoughts on the show. Email us. Find us on social media. There we go. So that's all the handles. Let's tell you again about the UK tours for Snail and the Whale and the Smed and the Smoo. And then here it says scan this for fun activities to discover Room on the Broom character and discover which Room on the Broom character you are. So I did scan it. So when you scan the QR code, this is what comes up. So it's about signing up for a newsletter there. And then you've got your activities. So you can take a quiz to find out what Room on the Broom character you are. And then there's some activity sheets that you can download. There's that one. And there's an activity sheet on how to make a witch's hat. Picture to colour in. And yeah, that's what you get when you go on the QR code. So yeah, like I said, I definitely recommend the show, especially if you've got toddlers. They will love it. My kids absolutely loved it. This, like I said, the songs are so catchy. They still go around in my head now. So yeah, if it's on near you, definitely go and see it. It is £21 each, which for me I think is quite expensive. I think they need to have maybe some cheaper seats as well. Like I said, even the ones at the top, which were pretty bad view, were still £21, which I think is quite expensive. I don't think those seats should have been the same price as the ones that were at the front. But if you can go, definitely do go, because my children absolutely loved it. Alice has been talking about going for months, ever since we saw the Gruffalo, which I think was back in summer, and she saw a poster for it. She's been asking to go since then, and she was so excited this morning about going. She was really excited, and she's just loved it. She wants to go again. So yeah, definitely take your children, especially if they're aged 3 to 5, because mine absolutely loved it. I will link the Tall Stories website down below in case you want to see if it's going to a theatre near you. I'll also link the Lowry website down below with where you can buy tickets for the current show. I don't think there's that many tickets left. When I struggled to get tickets, but I could only go on certain days that my husband was off, so we needed 4 seats together. So that's why we're sat at the top. But I think maybe some of the later shows might have some more seats available. So I will link it below in case you would like to go. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this little vlog. If you have, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.